welcome to the Kolkata Cluster Final of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. The cycle brand takes great pride in India's heritage and culture and has centered the company's mission and vision around the same. Hence, the cycle brand has conceptualized the Cycle Heritage Quiz with a view to enlighten young minds on the 5,000-year-old heritage of our nation. The Cycle Heritage Quiz is an all-India level quiz competition that celebrates India's rich culture and heritage, with participants spanning the length and breadth of the nation. Yes, my dear friends, we have had participants from Kashmir, we have had participants from Kanyakumari, we've had participants from Lakshadweep also taking part in our preliminaries, and we have had around 30,000 participants register for this quiz. Through this quiz, participants get a chance to showcase their knowledge and passion for India's heritage. As we know, we are still dealing with effects of the global pandemic. Hope all of you are staying safe. Hence, the Cycle Heritage Quiz is being held in a special online format. In this quiz, we have divided India into 18 different clusters. After a grueling preliminary stage, where participants took part in 4 rounds with questions on the heritage of our nation, along with special focus rounds on the heritage of their region, we have our 6 finalists from each cluster. Now we have the finals for the Kolkata clusters, where students from across West Bengal have participated. Let us meet our 6 participants for today. First, we have Shayan Maiti from Nimpit Ramakrishna Vidya Bhavan. Hello, Shayan.
Yes, hello.
And Shayan, how did you feel when you got to know that you have been shortlisted for the Kolkata Cluster Final at the Cycle Heritage Quiz?
Very much happy and excited also.
Okay, and all the best, Shayan. Hope you do really well. Next, we have from Don Bosco Bandel, we have Shithon Roy. Shithon, tell me something. What differences do you find in online quizzing and on-ground quizzing?
Till now, I have participated in a number of online quizzes. So, sir, the main difference I find in online quizzing versus offline quizzing is that in offline, the questions are a bit more harder, but in online, the questions are a bit easier, according to me.
Okay. That's an interesting observation. So, Shithon, let's see whether you find the questions of the cluster final easy or difficult. Next, we'll move on to Shukrit Pal, who's also from Don Bosco Bandel. Shukrit, how did you find the preliminaries of the Cycle Heritage Quiz?
It was somewhat hard, but still manageable.
Okay, and all the very best. Hope you do really well today. Okay. Next, we have Shayan Bhattacharjee from the Heritage School. And Shayan, since this is a heritage quiz and your school is the heritage school, I would like to ask you, what's your favorite heritage location in India?
So definitely Agra, because I've been there twice, and of course Taj Mahal is one of the most prestigious heritage places of our country as well as the whole.
Fantastic, Shayan, and let's hope you get some questions from heritage monuments in today's quiz. And next we have Shivani Baghdi from Sri Shikshatan School, Kolkata. Shivani, feeling confident of your chances?
Yes.
Great, and Shivani, all the very best. Hope you do really well. And next we have from Delhi Public School, Newtown, Mahir Arora. Hello, Mahir.
Good evening, sir.
And Mahir, what was your experience participating in the preliminaries of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021?
Sir, it was very nice and I was very excited. Just hoping for the best today.
Great, and all the very best for the Kolkata Cluster Final.
Thank you, sir.
So those were your 6 cluster finalists from Kolkata, actually from all across West Bengal. And now we are going to start off with today's quiz with our first round, Laksha Bheda. Now let's take a look at the rules of Laksha Bheda. Laksha Bheda, you have to hit the bullseye. So there's going to be 1 question per participant. This round does not pass. Each question has 4 options. Each participant gets 3 attempts and there is no negative mark. Plus 15 for getting the correct answer in the first attempt, plus 10 for getting the correct answer in the second attempt, and plus 5 for getting the correct answer in the third attempt. So now we'll move on to the first question for our first participant, Shayan. Shayan, your question coming up on screen now. Shayan, your question is, this 12th century Indian classic comprising of couplets was first translated into English by Sir William Jones in 1792. Barbara Stoller Miller did a critically acclaimed translation under the name Love Song of the Dark Lord in 1977. So identify this famous work. Is it A, Geet Govindo? Is it B, Padmavat? Is it C, Prithviraj Raso? Or is it D, Raja Tarangini?
Geet Govinda, I think. Option A.
Okay, let's click on A, Geet Govindo. Absolutely correct. Very well done, Shayan. That's a good answer and you get 15 points. A great start for you. We'll move on to our second question, which is for our second participant, that is Shithon. Shithon, your question coming up on screen now. Your question? She was named after the Sanskrit word for thigh. Her name is also a combination of 2 words meaning heart and means to control. Hence, her name also means a woman who conquers the heart. Which celestial entertainer are we talking about? Is it A, Rambha? Is it B, Madri? Is it C, Urvashi? Or is it D, Menaka?
Sir, I think it will be D, Menaka.
Okay, let's click on D, Menaka. What's your next guess?
So next I will go for Rambha.
Okay, let's click on A, Rambha. Sorry, that's also the wrong answer. You have 1 attempt left.
So I will go for Urvashi then.
Okay, let's click on C, Urvashi. Yes, indeed, Urvashi is the correct answer from Uru, which means thigh. Absolutely correct, Shithon. 5 points for you. And we'll now move on to our third participant, that is Shukrit. Shukrit, your question coming up on screen now. An excavated mound in the village of Gokul in Bogra, Bangladesh, is believed to be the Bashor Ghar or wedding chamber of 2 characters from mythology. Name the characters. Is it A, Nala and Damayanti? Is it B, Arjuna and Draupadi? Is it C, Lokhindar and Behula? Or is it D, Shiva and Parvati?
I'll go for C. Ravinder and Devla.
Okay, let's click on C, Lokhindar and Behula. Perfect answer, Sukrit. Very, very good answer. You start off the quiz with a bang. 15 points for you. And now we'll move on to our fourth participant, that is Shayan. Shayan, your question coming up on screen now. In 1993, a 5-nation cricket tournament was organized where India, West Indies, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and Zimbabwe took part. This tournament was held to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee of which organization? Is it A, IFA? Is it B, MCA? Is it C, BCCI? Or is it D, CAB?
Sir, option C, BCCI.
Okay, let's click on option C, BCCI. Sorry, that's the wrong answer.
Sir, option D, CAB.
Okay, let's click on option D, CAB. Yes, CAB is indeed the correct answer. So 10 points for you. This was the Hero Cup, which was famous because of a semi-final where India was playing South Africa. It was many years ago where Sachin Tendulkar, in fact, bowled the last over. And India, of course, beat West Indies in the final of this tournament where Anil Kumble took 6 for 12. But yes, very well done for answering CAB correctly, Shayan. And Shayan, you get 10 points. And next, we'll move on to our fifth participant, that is Shivani. Shivani, your question coming up on screen now. Gold was mined near the origin of this river at a village named Piska near Ranchi. Its tributaries include the Kharkai, Roro, and Kanchi. Name this river. Is it A, Damodar? Is it B, Subarnarekha? Is it C, Sone? Or is it D, Mahananda?
Option C, Sone.
Okay, let's click on option C, Sone. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Next try.
Damodar.
Option A, Damodar. Let's click on option A, Damodar. No, that's wrong as well. Your last try.
Option B, Subarnarekha.
Okay, option B, Subarnarekha. Let's click on option B. And yes, that's the correct answer, Shivani. 5 points for you from gold. You get Subarnarekha, absolutely correct. Sone was also a very good guess, actually. But 5 points to you, Shivani. Next question and the last question of this round is for Mahir. Mahir, your question coming up on screen now. Yeah. Your question. The architect of this temple was Fariboz Sahaba. The basic idea of the design is that two fundamental elements, light and water, have been used as ornamentation in place of the statues and carvings normally found in Indian temples. So name this temple. Is it A, Bharat Mata Temple? Is it B, ISKCON Temple in Mayapur? Is it C, Matri Mandir? Or is it D, Lotus Temple?
The Lotus Temple.
Okay, Mahir answers Lotus Temple. Let's see whether that's right or wrong. Very good start. Lotus Temple in Delhi is indeed the correct answer. So plus 15 for Mahir. With that, we come to the end of a very high scoring Laksha Bheda round. And now we move on to round number 2, which is called Jigyasa. The rules of this round are: one direct question per participant. This round passes clockwise. Plus 10 for every correct answer, whether it is direct or on bars. Okay. Our first question is once more for Shayan. Shayan, your question coming up on screen now. A Brahma Mandir was established on 21st December 1890 in West Bengal. A small fair was organized in 1894 to observe the establishment anniversary of the Brahma Mandir. This grew into a famous fair over the years. This fair has been halted for 3 particular reasons: Bengal famine of 1943, Direct Action Day of 1946, and the COVID-19 pandemic. So which fair is being talked about? Very famous fair. So which fair is being talked about?
Ganga Sagar Mela.
Not Ganga Sagar Mela. Next, we move to Shitan.
Yes, sir. So the answer is Posh Mela.
Answer is Posh Mela. Absolutely correct. Plus 10 for you, Shitan. Very, very good answer. And you get the next direct question, which is coming up on screen now. This famous sports person joined Calcutta Customs Department as preventive officer and retired as assistant collector of customs. He, along with Udham Singh, shares the distinction of being the only Indian to win 4 Olympic medals. He also captained India. Who is this famous hockey player? This is for Shitan.
I don't know this.
Okay, passing on to Shukrit.
I don't know this.
Okay, Shukrit also passing. And now we will move to Shayan. Then you have the spotlight on Shayan. Yeah. Yes, Shayan.
Sir, is it Leslie Claudius?
Is it Leslie Claudius? Are you sure or guessing?
Yes, sir. Like my answer.
Okay, Leslie Claudius is your answer. Plus 10. Well done, Shayan. Absolutely correct. The legendary Leslie Claudius, who won 4 Olympic medals, 3 golds, and 1 silver. Unfortunately, the silver came when he was captain. But very well done, Shayan. You get plus 10. And the next question is a direct one to Shukrit. Shukrit, your question coming up on screen now. On a visit to his spiritual guide, Nizam Asaf Jah was offered this food item tied in a yellow cloth. When he finished the 7th one and could eat no more, the saint blessed him by declaring that his family would rule the south for 7 generations. The Nizam was so happy that he made this food item his family emblem, even featuring it on his flag. What food item often had with chole is being talked about? You have given me a hint. What food item often had with chole is being talked about?
Sir, Kochuri.
Yes, Shukrit.
Sir, Kochuri, sir.
Kochuri. Okay. No points for kochuri. That's a decent guess, but not kochuri. Shreya,
Sir, this is one of my favorite foods, kulcha.
this is kulcha. Absolutely correct. Well done. Chole kulche is very famous. Plus 10 for you, Shreyan. Very, very good answer once more. And now, Shreyan, you had a chance to get 10 more points because the next direct question is for you. Shreyan, your question coming up on screen. During the course of the Kurukshetra war, he killed approximately 10,000 soldiers, horsemen, and elephant men. He killed many Maharathis, few of them being Shushena, Righalochana, Kundabedin, Rukmaratha, who was the son of Shalya, Brihadbala was the king of Kosal. So who are we talking about? Who killed all these Maharathis?
The pass.
Okay, passing. Moving on to Shivani.
Pass.
Shivani also passing. Moving on to Mahir.
Sir, is it Rahuraj Pratap Singh?
Not Raghuraj Pratap Singh. Moving to Shayan.
Abhimanyu.
Is it Abhimanyu? Shayan answers absolutely correct. It is indeed Abhimanyu. 10 points for you, Shayan. Very, very good answering. And the next question is going to be a direct one for Shivani. Shivani, your question coming up on screen now. According to legend, her tomb in Lahore, built in 1615, has a Persian inscription, which means, could I behold the face of my beloved once more, I would give thanks unto my God until the day of resurrection. This lady was also one of the prominent characters in an iconic Bollywood movie. Who are we talking about?
Pass.
Okay, Shivani passing. Moving on to Mahir.
Sir. Sir, Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Not Rani Lakshmibai. Moving on to Shayan.
Mirabai.
Not Mirabai. Shithon.
Pass.
Okay, Shukrit.
Pass.
Okay, Shukrit also passing. Moving on to Shreyan.
The Jodhabai.
Not Jodhabai. That was a good try, actually. It's not Jodhabai. The iconic Bollywood movie being referred to was, of course, Mughal-e-Azam. And we are talking about a desperation to see the face of her beloved. The answer, of course, is Anarkali, which was played by Madhubala in Mughal-e-Azam. Of course, the love between Anarkali and Jahangir or Prince Salim is legendary. So Anarkali was the answer I was looking for. No one gets any points for this one. We'll move on to our last question of this round, and that is for Mahir. Mahir, your question coming up on screen now. Murshid Quli Khan brought this style of weaving from Dhaka to a small village on the banks of the river Bhagirathi in Murshidabad. The name of this style of weaving derives its name from 2 words, meaning sand and river bank. The origin of what style of weaving, famous for its saris, are we talking about?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay, passing to Shayan.
তাঁতের শাড়ি
Tatesh Shadi, no, not Tatesh Shadi. Moving on to Shithal.
Pass.
Passing. Okay, moving on to Shukrit. What's your answer?
Sir, Baluchari Shadi.
It is Baluchori. Very good answer, Shukrit. Plus 10 for you. Crucial 10 points. With that, we come to the end of round number 2. Now we will take a quick look at the scores. So after round number 2, here are the scores. Shayan holds the narrow lead this time with 30 points. In tied second, we have 2 participants, that is Shayan and Shukrit. Both of them are on 25 points. Then we have a tie for 4th place between Shithal and Mahir. Both of them are on 15 points. And Shivani currently in 6th spot with 5 points. But still 2 more rounds to go. A lot can change at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021 Kolkata Cluster Final. Reminder that 2 participants from here are going to qualify for our national quarterfinals. And we'll now move on to round number 3, which is called Trishanku. And here are the rules. So in this round, you have 1 question per participant, but this time we'll go in reverse order. This round does not pass. So 3 clues leading to something or someone, plus 15 for getting it in the first attempt, plus 10 for getting it in the second attempt, and plus 5 for getting it in the third attempt. This time we will start off with Mahir. Mahir, your first clue is going to come up on screen now. Mahir, here goes your first clue. Your first clue. His research dealt with the various compounds of mercury and oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, and he was the first to isolate mercurous nitrate.
Sir, I don't know, but I'm still guessing.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Stephen Hawking.
Not Stephen Hawking. Your next clue coming up on screen now. His autobiography is titled Life and Experiments of a Bengali Chemist. All right, your last clue coming up on screen now. He was the first Indian to set up a pharmaceutical industrial unit to produce allopathic medicines, the Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical Works Limited. Okay, passing. So this, anyone else wants to try?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shitan, tell me.
So I think it will be Prafullo Chandra Roy.
It is Prafullo Chandra Roy, of course. The setup of Bengal Chemicals was done by him, but of course this round does not pass. So Mahir, unfortunately, you don't get any points. We'll move on to the next question, and the next question is for Shivani. During this custom, sarigi, a festive breakfast, is consumed before sunrise.
I've got a clue.
You want a second clue? Okay, let's move on to the second clue. A word meaning a small earthen pot of water, and another meaning the 4th day of the dark night constitute the name.
I don't know.
Okay, let's move on to your last clue of this round. This custom was recently seen in a controversial advertisement by Dabur.
Pass.
Okay, anybody else wants to try? Shivani, no,
Sir, can I?
unfortunately.
Sir, is it Karwa Chauth?
Yes, it is Karwa Chauth. Absolutely, Mahir. It is indeed Karwa Chauth. So no points for you. Unfortunately, it doesn't pass. But good answer there, Mahir. It is Karwa Chauth. So now we'll move on to the third question of this round. The first clue coming up for Shayan. Shayan, your first clue coming up on screen now. This was built using Indo-Saracenic revival architecture, an architectural style followed in British India during the late 19th century.
So I had a question. If I answer, then will I not get the two or like the next clues?
No. You can attempt after every.
So pass for the next question.
Okay, next clue. Shayan again, both hands visible. Let's move on to your second clue, Shayan, on screen now. The figure of Angel of Victory is erected on the central dome, mounted on large ball bearings, so it rotates with the wind. Yes,
Sir.
Shayan.
Victoria Memorial, Kolkata.
Yes, of course, from the Angel of Victory, you got Victoria Memorial. Very good answer there. Plus 10 for you, Shreyan. And we'll now move on to our next participant, that is Shukrit. Shukrit, your question coming up on screen now. And here's your first clue. France conferred on this singer its highest civilian award, the Officer of the Legion of Honor, in 2007.
Arjit Singh.
Can you repeat, please, Shukrit?
Yes, sir. Arjit Singh by any chance?
No. It's not Arijit Singh. Let's move on to the next clue. Yeah, you can guess. There's no negative, so it's fine. Let's move on to your second clue. In 1974, she became the first Indian to perform at the Royal Albert Hall, London.
Sir, Lata Mangeshkar.
Beautiful answer. Absolutely correct. The Nightingale of India, or beautiful voice. Sorry, the Nightingale of India was Sarojini Naidu, but of course, Lata Mangeshkar, it said, has a voice as beautiful as a nightingale. The first Indian to perform at the Royal Albert Hall. Shukrit Pal, you get plus 10. Very good answer. And now we will move on to our next participant, that is Shithon. Shithon, your first clue coming up on screen now. The first chapter in the English translation of this work starts with the words, "Thou hast made me endless, such is thy pleasure. This frail vessel thou emptiest again and again, and fillest it ever with fresh life."
So is it Gitanjali?
How did you crack Gitanjali?
So it is a guess.
Amari tumi oshesh korecho. Absolutely correct. This is the first verse of Gitanjali. Brilliant answer there, Shithon. Plus 15 for you. Very, very good answer. And now we will move on to the last question of this round. And Shayan, your first clue is coming up on screen now. The office building of this institute had served as the headquarters of the Bomber Command of the US 20th Air Force during World War II.
Writers Building.
Not Writers Building. Nice guess. We'll move on to your next clue. The motto of this institution in West Bengal is Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. This literally translates to excellence in action is yoga.
Sir, next.
Next clue. Okay. Last clue coming up on screen now. Established in 1951, the institute is the first of its kind to be established and is recognized as an institute of national importance. Yes, Shayan, this is your last clue. Yes, need to rush you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Need an answer, Shayan.
Pass.
Okay, passing. Anybody else? Should be easy actually.
Sir, Belur.
Not Belur Mott, institute, I said.
Aye.
Yeah, in a way, Belur Mott is also an institute. Anybody else wants to try?
Sir, RO Samaj.
No. Established in 1951, first of its kind in West Bengal, set up on an army camp earlier. This is IIT Kharagpur, of course. IIT Kharagpur is what I was looking for, the very first IIT to be built. So Shayan, unfortunately, you don't get any points for this one. With that, we come to the end of round number 3. We have one more round to go at the Kolkata Cluster Final of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. And before we move on to round number 4, we have to take a quick look at the scores. So the scores after round number 3 of a very, very close Kolkata Cluster Final at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021 are as following. Still leading is Shayan with 40 points. He's leading again by just 5 points because following close behind is Shukrit on 35 points. But just 5 points behind Shukrit is Shithon with 30 points. 5 points behind Shithon is Shayan with 25 points. Mahir is still in the race. He is on 15 points. And Shivani, I'm sure she will come up with some great answers in the last round. She is on 5 points. It's now time to move to our 4th and last round, which is called Divya Drishti. And here are the rules of our 4th round. So one direct question per participant, all based on visuals. The round passes anti-clockwise. So plus 10 for every correct answer, direct or on pass. Reminder, you will only see the visual on screen. For the question, you have to listen to me. All right. So we'll start with the first question, and the first question is going to be for Mahir. Mahir, your visual coming up on screen now. So Mahir, your question is, this national park is located in which state of India? This national park is located on which state of India or in which state of India?
So West Bengal.
Not West Bengal. Moving to Shivani.
Pass.
Okay, passing. Moving on to Shayan. Yes, Shayan, what's the answer?
Is this in Assam?
Not Assam. Okay. Moving on to Shukrit.
Sir, Leh Ladakh.
Oh, not Leh Ladakh. Okay. Let's move on to Shithon. Shithon, what's the answer for this one?
So this is the Valley of Flowers, and it is situated in. So I suppose it is situated in Himachal Pradesh.
Okay, I was looking for the state. It's not Himachal Pradesh. Moving on to Shayan.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Not Arunachal Pradesh, Shayan. This is indeed the Valley of Flowers. I think we had given a big clue to all the other participants, Shithon, but only Shayan was left. It is the Valley of Flowers, but no points for Valley of Flowers. This is located in Uttarakhand. So I was looking for the state specifically. I was not looking for the national park name. It is the Valley of Flowers, but I was looking for Uttarakhand. So no one gets any points for this one. We'll now move on to a direct question, which is for Shivani. Shivani, your visual is coming up on screen now. Okay. So your question is, these are coins that were used during which emperor's period, and the emperor ruled from Kanauj. So the emperor ruled from Kanauj. These were coins used during his period. So which emperor are we talking about?
Pass.
Okay, passing. Moving on to Shayan.
Sir, is this Emperor Harsh?
Emperor Harsh is indeed correct. Well done, Shayan. Perfect answer. Ruled from Kanauj was the big hint. Absolutely 10 points for you, Shayan. And the next visual is coming up for you. Shayan, your visual coming up on screen now. Okay, Shayan, you have to tell me, who are the two young boys shown in this visual? Who are the two young boys shown in this visual?
Sir, is my answer is Love and Kush.
This is Love and Kush with Sita. Well done, Shayan. Plus 10. Crucial plus 10. Very well done, Shayan. And now the next question goes to Shukrit. Shukrit, your visual coming up on screen now. Okay. So look at this diagram carefully. You have to tell me that this diagram is the basis for which ancient Indian practice that is popular all over the world even today. Okay, this diagram is the basis for which ancient Indian practice which is popular
Practice
all
means,
over the world even today. Yes, Shruti.
sir, practice means what? Sir, like any
So practice could be
religious.
something like, even plastic surgery is a practice, for example. It could be even a sport, it could be anything. Practice is practice.
Sir, Durga Puja. I don't know.
Not Durga Puja, was not looking for a ritual. It's not Durga Puja.
I don't know.
Passing on to Shithan. Yes, Shithan, go for it.
Sir, is it yoga?
That's a very good guess, Shithan. But it is not yoga. Moving on to Shayan.
ज्योतिष का और नक्षत्र.
No, nothing to do with astrology. Moving on to Mahir. Yes, Mahir.
Sir, exercise.
Exercise. Okay. So Shithan said yoga. You're saying exercise. Interesting try, but not exercise. Moving on to Shivani.
Pass.
Okay, Shivani passes. We'll move on to Shayan.
So is this the elements of the elements of earth?
That is already there, but what practice is this the basis for?
So zodiac signs.
Zodiac sign. Okay. Zodiac sign is a nice guess, but zodiac sign is wrong. I think yoga was an interesting guess also, but none of the answers are correct. This is basically about Ayurveda. This is the basis for Ayurveda, which came from the elements, and these were the doshas mentioned in the ancient scriptures, which led to Ayurveda. So, and we have movement, cold, all these elements are mentioned here as well, transformation, cohesion. This is the ancient practice of Ayurveda. So no one gets any points for this one. The next question is a direct one for Shithan. Shithan, your visual is coming up on screen now. Okay. So your question is, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was the capital of which empire during the 14th century? This UNESCO World Heritage Site was the capital of which empire during the 14th century?
So the 14th century.
14th century, yes.
Sir, is this the Vijayanagar Empire?
And what is this UNESCO World Heritage Site?
So that I cannot tell.
But you guessed from 14th century, you arrived at Vijayanagar Empire. That's brilliant quizzing, fantastic. Correct answer. This is the Hampi UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was indeed
Yes, sir, yes, it was capital of Vijayanagar Empire.
Vijayanagar Empire. I think you guessed also the general area it was from. So absolutely correct. Well done, Shithan. I think that's a very, very crucial 10 points for you. We'll move on to the last question of this quiz, and that's a visual question for Shayan. Shayan, your visual is coming up on screen now. Okay, so Shayan, this is a visual of a very famous sports person. Okay, you have to tell me what first does this person hold in Indian Olympic history? Independent India Olympic history. Let's clarify that. What first does this person hold in independent India's Olympic history? You can even work it out from the visual actually. You can take a good guess if you look at the visual carefully also.
1912.
No, I wanted what first does he hold in India's Olympic history or independent India's Olympic history? Nothing to do with 1912. We have to pass you. We have to move to Mahir. Mahir, any answers?
Sir, the sport or the award.
You have to tell me what first. I cannot clarify any further than that.
The Bharat Ratna.
Bharat Ratna. Okay, that's a nice guess. That's a good guess, but nothing to do with Bharat Ratna. Let's move to Shivani.
Pass.
Okay, Shivani is passing. Shayan,
That Chuni Goswami, football.
so what first does he hold? I don't want his name. So
Sir,
what?
he was the first captain to win the Asian.
Okay, first captain to win the Asian Games. Can't give it to you. I was talking about Olympics. We'll move on to Shukrit.
First captain of Indian football in Olympics.
Okay, your answer is first captain of Indian football team at the Olympics. That's the first answer I've heard. And do you know who this person is? What's his name?
No.
Okay, so you worked out from the visual that he could be the first Indian football captain at the Olympics.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if I am calculating correctly, you and Shithon are very close for second spot. This might be a crucial answer. Shukrit, you're right. Absolutely correct. He is indeed the first football captain for independent India at the Olympics. His name is Talimaran Ao. As I said, you could work it out from the visual. Shukrit, you get +10. I would have also accepted he was the first flag bearer for India at the Olympics. That also distinction he had. He was born in present-day Nagaland and was a great footballer. So with that, we come to the end of a nerve-wracking and very, very close Kolkata Cluster Final at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. Now it's time to look at the final scores. With that, we come to the end of the Kolkata Cluster Final, and it's been a humdinger. Let's take a look at the final scores. In sixth spot, we have Shivani, 5 points. Not your day, Shivani, but not to worry. I'm sure we'll see you in future quizzes. I'm sure you can take part next year as well. Shivani, well done for qualifying so far for the cluster final, and all the best for the future. Mahir, the same goes for you. You scored 15 points and end up in fifth spot. And I'm sure we'll see you also in future quizzes. Keep quizzing, keep preparing, and all the best. And coming in fourth spot, Shayan, who had a very good start, but unfortunately could not keep up the momentum. But Shayan came up with some very good answers. Shayan ends up with 25 points. Shithon, it must be a bit heartbreaking for you at the moment, because with the answer Vijayanagar Empire, you had put yourself in position to qualify for the national quarterfinals, but unfortunately you got pipped at the post. So coming in third is Shithon, great performance. But coming in second and qualifying for our national quarterfinal with the very last answer of the quiz, you would not forget the first Indian football captain at the Olympics, that is Talimaran Ao. Shukrit, congratulations. You move on to our national quarterfinals, coming second in this quiz with 45 points. Very well done, Shukrit. And in this quiz, leading from start to finish and pulling away at this end. Initially, he had a very small lead, but in the last round, he came up with 2 quality answers and winning this quiz and qualifying for our national quarterfinal as the winner of the Kolkata Cluster round is Shayan. Very well done, Shayan. With that, we come to the end of a very, very exciting Kolkata Cluster Final here at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021, which went right down to the wire. Yes, Shayan did manage to win comfortably, but at one point of time, Shayan was also ahead by a mere 5 points. The second spot came down to the last question, with Shukrit answering the first Indian football captain at the Olympics to get a vital 10 points and claim second place ahead of Shithon. So well done to Shayan, very well done to Shukrit for qualifying for the national quarterfinals. You'll be representing the Kolkata cluster and the state of West Bengal in our national quarterfinals. Commiserations for Shithon. You put up a brilliant fight and came up with some fantastic answers. And I'm sure you'll do very well in upcoming quizzes. Shayan, some great answers coming from you as well, and hope to see you participating in our quizzes in the future. We had good answers from Mahir and also Shivani. Congratulations for being among the 108 cluster finalists from all across India from over 30,000 participants. It's indeed a great achievement for all of you to make it this far, and very, very well done to each of you. And thank you for making this a really riveting and exciting episode here at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. So Shukrit and Shayan, we'll see you at the national quarterfinals. And next time we'll meet again for the next cluster final here at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. So till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy, stay curious. Goodbye from the entire team of CHQ 2021.